When you don't listen to your inner guidance, you start having frustration. You start having, you might be starting having depression. You don't know why actually. Hello, this is Dr. Ashka Strange, and you are watching me on my page Ashka Official, or you might be watching me on my YouTube channel, that is Ashka Beyond Our Limits. So, if you're watching me on my YouTube channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Today, I'm going to talk about spiritual awakening. During these times, so many people are experiencing spiritual awakening. So what is spiritual awakening? Like, what you can say exactly is, I myself professionally as a doctor, I believed before my awakening, I believed only and only in logic. Like everyone, we all believe in more tangible realities which are limited to five senses, which we can see, which we can smell, which we can taste, we can listen, we can touch. So you believe in tangible stuffs. Exactly like that, even I used to believe in more logical things. As a doctor, I believed in science, in material, in body, in physique. But what made me realize after my awakening, during my awakening, that that's not it. That's actually, it's something very different. As a people, as a normal beings, we are on earth in a 3D plane, believing in tangible reality. More we, stop seeing ourselves, like seeing, observing our feelings, observing our inner guidance, and we start running away from that, and we more concentrate on outer physical stuffs. But what happens is, when there is some breaking point happens, when logical, and you stop observing your inner guidance, your inner intuitive feelings, you you don't see what is going on within you. You don't listen to your inner self. Instead, you actually listen, and you actually see your surroundings, and according to that, you decide your persona is. But that's not. When you don't listen to your inner guidance, you start having frustration. You start having, you might be starting having depression. You don't know why actually. You start having frustration, depression. You start feeling irritated. You start having physical symptoms of, your health starts getting affected. And that happens when you actually avoid your inner being, like what your inner voice say. You actually know that what it's saying, but you ignore that. And when you start ignoring that, it starts happening. You start feeling irritated, you're frustrated, and you don't know why. You start searching the reason. And when you start searching the reason, you realize it's not about outer stuff. It's going something inside me. And when you start observing that something is inside me going on, that's when your spiritual journey starts. Because spiritual journey is not about tarot readings. It's not about like going insane and going in trance phase, and yeah, it happens, but it's a part of that only. But the actual thing is, when you start going within, instead of outer, seeing outer stuffs, you start going inside of you. You start seeing that what I am actually, what I'm feeling. You start observing how you feel. You start observing how you want to eat, what you want to eat. Because we perceive that what people are doing, we should also do that. But after your awakening, what happens to you is you start doing stuff what you feel from inside, not according to the outer people's perceptions, not according to the surrounding situation, but according to your inner state of being. And that's when spiritual awakening starts. And that moment of time, spiritual language, it is called dark night of the soul. With your child. But it's not a dark, I won't say dark night of the soul, but I will say dark night of the ego. Because when you start seeing your inner state of being, you start aligning with your soul inside of you, your outer persona, your outer ego, your outer image starts shedding. And that's a little bit painful, because before that you actually perceived yourself according to the outer surroundings, according to the people's judgment and opinions. You made your image. And when you start knowing, when you start realizing your actual self, that outer persona starts melting away, and that's why it's painful. But that's necessary. Because after feeling that pain, you actually attend your own self. Because after feeling that pain, you realize what is happening to me. And that's when you start your journey of exploring yourself, your actual self. So that's a part 1 of spiritual awakening, and there are many more videos on this. So thank you so much for listening to me, and I would love to know about your opinion, that wrong, whether you might also have experienced this. And if you have experienced this the same what I said, just comment in the inbox, comment in on my page. You can comment on my page, you can DM me, you can comment on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much everyone. See ya.